This video is going to show you how to mint a music NFT on Zora, how to make sure that all of the contributors who worked on that music NFT are paid automatically using a tool called Splits, as well as how you can curate that individual music NFT onto the Songcamp present materials storefront. Now, we're going to be specifically doing this in the context of submitting a track for Heartbeat 104's mini camp from Songcamp, but even if you're not watching this video for that specific purpose, this is going to teach you how to do all of those things I just said, regardless of if you're submitting or not. Once you have a track that you want to mint on Zora, the first step is, of course, to go to zora.co, zora.co, where you can then follow the steps that we're going to go through today to create this NFT edition. Once you're here, you'll see this big create button, and that's what we're going to click on. We'll click create, and today we're going to do a edition. So we're going to click on this edition button. Obviously, it's going to take us to this page where we can fill in all of the details about the music NFT we're trying to mint. For the purposes of making this video, I recorded myself playing a little Oscar Peterson piano solo along with the track, so we're going to use that as the audio for this music NFT. That's why the name for this NFT is going to be Russ's Oscar Peterson solo. It has a suggested symbol here, but we're going to get a little creative, and this is going to be the symbol that's used to refer to your NFT. Today, we're going to use Russ OP for Russ Oscar Peterson, and I wrote up a little description about it, so you can put whatever you'd like in here as well. The next step is, of course, uploading the media that's going to be attached to this NFT. This is the song or the track that you've created. Now, you're going to want to first upload the track before you upload any kind of visual art that's going to be with this, because when you upload the audio track, then it will give you an additional field to add whatever visuals you want to be tied to this NFT. So I'm going to click here and go select for the media. I've got a little folder here for this video, and here's my CJAM solo transcription. I'm going to click on that and upload it, and it's going to be sort of populated here, and now you'll see that now that I've uploaded the audio, you can see there's actually a cover image field that pops up here, and I'm gonna select this picture of myself playing piano to be the visuals for this NFT. Let's just check and make sure that the audio file got uploaded correctly. Let's turn this up on your end so you can hear along with me. Here's the solo, and it looks like it got uploaded properly. You can hear it, and you can see the sort of cover art as this track is playing. Man, gotta love Oscar Peterson. The next step is setting some of the minting details. How much ETH do you want people to have to pay for this NFT? How many NFTs do you want to actually have available for sale? Is this going to be a fixed number, like a certain amount that can be minted and then minting ends? Or is it going to be an open edition where people can mint an unlimited number of these? And also, when does the mint start? When does it end? And is there a maximum to how many of these NFTs just one individual wallet address can purchase? If you're watching this specifically for a submission for Songcamp's Heartbeat 104 mini camp, then you would set the price as one ETH, because that's sort of the prize that's going to be sort of given to the selection for this mini camp. You're going to set it as a fixed edition size at just one edition. Start time now, ending forever. That works. You don't need to change anything in terms of the mint limit per address. You don't need to sort of change any other options here at this point. But for the purposes of this little sample NFT that I'm putting out today, I'm going to make my price 0. I'm going to make this an open edition. As many people can mint it as they want, just because this is a simple example. And then we get to the final detail here, and that is the payout address. This is very important because this is where all of the ETH from the sale of this NFT, where it's going to be sent to when that NFT is purchased. If you were the only contributor on the NFT that you're selling and you were the only one who's going to be receiving proceeds, then you can just put your ETH address into this field here. But for the purposes of this example, we're also going to use an additional tool to create a sort of automatic distribution of funds to multiple different people, and that's going to be using the tool called Splits. So if it's just you that worked on this, you can put your address and you can click create and then mint this NFT and skip the entire split section. But if there are multiple people, then you're going to want to follow along with this split section before you enter in this payout address and create the NFT. To create your split, you're going to want to go to 0xsplits.xyz, and that will bring you to this web page. Once you're here, you can click Launch App, and that will take you actually into the Splits application. You can connect your MetaMask or whatever Ethereum wallet you're using to connect to the website. Once you're in, your account view will look something like this. It might look a little bit different if you've never used splits before, but we're going to be looking at this new contract section. That's what we're going to want to click here, new contract, and we're going to be creating not a liquid split, not a waterfall, just a standard split. So we'll click on this, and then we'll be able to enter all of the details that we need to enter. You can choose between immutable splits and mutable splits. Essentially, this means that when you create the split, you can't change any details. If you choose a mutable split, you can't change it in the future. This is good for some reasons, right? Because everyone who's a part of the split will know that nothing can be changed after the fact. But if you make a mistake, you're not going to be able to change it. However, with mutable split, if you were to click this, you're able to actually go back in and change the percentages and how the splits work. It'll make a lot more sense as we go through this. I'm going to choose mutable split for today. In the recipient section, this is where you're going to list all of the people who contributed to the NFT that you created and the percentages of the sales of that NFT that each person should be getting. So first you're going to enter all of the Ethereum wallet addresses that you want to split things between. I'm going to enter my ENS because I can sort of use that to recognize an address. You can just use your normal address if you don't have an ENS. And then because it's just me creating this, I'll use another wallet address that I control to also put in here. Obviously, if there are more than 2 contributors on this track, you're going to add more recipients and add more addresses, and then you can enter any percentage here, making sure that it adds up to 100% to determine how the funds are actually split here. For the purpose of this example, I'm just going to split things evenly, and it'll automatically give it 50-50 because there's only 2 people on this split. In this video, we're not going to get too into what the distribution incentive is. I'm going to set that at 0. However, if you want this to sort of automatically pay out, you might want to set that at a higher number, but 0 will work as well. And then finally, the controlling address. If this is a mutable split, you can put the address here that you're going to actually allow to make changes to the split in the event that you need to change something after the fact. Once you've got all these details correct, you can click this Create Split button and it will open up your MetaMask and prompt you to sort of pay the gas for a transaction to create this split. I'm gonna hop forward to when I've actually done that so you don't have to sort of look into my MetaMask and all of that stuff. Once the split is successfully created, you'll come to a page like this where you can see all of the details that you just made. It'll show you that the split was just created, and you have a new wallet address that is sort of representing this split. That means that any funds that are sent to this wallet address are going to be split amongst the wallet addresses that you sort of laid out here at the percentages that you laid out. The beauty of this is that you can use this address when you're minting your Zora music NFT, and then any proceeds from the sale of that music NFT will go to this split and be split to the multiple different wallet addresses automatically. So we're going to click on this right here so that it will copy the address, and then we're going to flip back over to that Zora minting page and mint our music NFT. You can see we're back on the page. I'm going to double check that everything is working here. We got the description, we got the name, the audio's playing properly. A little more Oscar Peterson for you. Everything looks good there. We'll pause it. And at this point, we're going to enter that address that we created our split for, like that address that we just copied on the splits website, and we're going to create the music NFT. Once you've submitted the transaction, you'll sort of get this spinning wheel here until that transaction goes through, and when it does, you'll be taken to this page. If you're not automatically taken to a page like this, you can click the Zora up here in the top right-hand corner and go to your collections, and you should be able to navigate to this page where it shows you all of the details about this NFT. Pretty cool. Now as the final step, let's curate this NFT, this music NFT, onto the Songcamp community storefront called Present Materials. Take a look at this. This is where people who have Present Materials access tokens can curate any music NFT and have it show up on the Songcamp community storefront. Pretty cool. So if you have that Present Materials curation token, and if you're participating in the Songcamp Minicamp Heartbeat 104 and are following along with this, you're going to want to go to the Curate section now, at which point if you connect your wallet up here in the top right hand corner, it'll tell you whether or not you have a PM token, which will give you access to actually curating here. I'll move myself over so you can see it, but it asks here, are you a manager? And because I do have this token with the wallet that I've logged into, it'll say yes, I do. So my next step then that it's asking me for is to put the Zora edition address here in order to curate this token. And we can actually get that edition address from that page we were on previously with that Oscar Peterson solo sample NFT that we used. You can see the address for this NFT is right here. We're going to copy that and we're going to paste it right here into the Zora edition address. And because I'm a manager, it gives me the permission that I need to click add and submit this to the storefront collection. Once it pops up in your MetaMask and you accept the transaction, you'll get another spinning wheel here, and it looks like it just finished. So hopefully we'll go back to that storefront and we'll now be able to see our newly minted NFT on the Songcamp storefront. And it looks like it worked. There we have it. We can see that the NFT that we minted is on the storefront. It's taking a little bit minute for it to actually pull the visual art, but I imagine this will sort of update over the next sort of hour or so. Since I've curated this onto the storefront, we're able to mint. We can see our token tracker symbol that we have there. If you're someone who's applying to the mini camp Heartbeat 104, then you'll see that this will be for 1 ETH, and it'll be an addition of 1 of 1. It'll say 0 of 1 minted, and it'll allow Songcamp to select the one for the mini camp that wins and mint it for 1 ETH, and then the proceeds from it will go to the split that you created and be distributed to all the people who contributed to this project. So this has been a step-by-step walkthrough to mint a music NFT on Zora. If you've never done that before, how to use splits to make sure that all of the proceeds of the sale of this NFT go to the proper people who contributed to creating that music NFT. And if you're submitting this to the Minicamp 104, then also the instructions on how you can curate this onto the storefront, the present materials storefront for the Songcamp community. I hope you found this video helpful. There'll be timestamps in this video if you need to go back and watch anything over again. And until next time, I'll see you later.